Hendo, congratulations. Another thrilling victory, another tightly fought victory. How do you reflect on that one?
Well, certainly pleased to get the result, but certainly far from satisfied as a coach today, Jacob. Certainly, that first half for me was a real mixed bag. I thought we saw some glimpses of some nice attacking play with the ball, which may have excited the fans, and certainly I was pleased with as a coach. But certainly defensively, we were nowhere near good enough that first half. We put ourselves under far too much pressure with some cheap penalties and yardage, which invited Newcastle into good field position. Some of our goal line defence in that first half was atrocious for me, letting some real soft tries on our goal line, and that's not us. That's not what we prepare to do, and it was really disappointing. I just felt we didn't see that urgency or that desperation in our defensive play, certainly on goal line in the first half, and we weren't connected as we needed to be. So that was disappointing, to be fair. But again, a lot of that too was the ruck speed was too quick. We didn't manage the contact area, the ruck area. The tackle management wasn't where it needed to be. And fair play to Newcastle. They got that opportunity in the field position that they were given, and they capitalised on that. Again, we probably lacked a little bit of smarts at times with the ball in certain periods of that first half. So overall, it was quite a disappointing first half from our point of view. What I am pleased with is the response in the second half, albeit we had to go out with makeshift halfback pairing in James Cunningham and Josh Daly, who I thought Josh Daly was outstanding today for us. I thought he did a really good job from minute 1 to minute 80. But I thought the second half was a vast improvement, should we say. I thought our discipline improved. We didn't give away any cheap penalties in yardage to invite Newcastle down. Certainly defensively we had a little bit more urgency about us. I thought our contact, we were hitting together, we'll get numbers in the tackle. We really were controlling that ruck speed in our favour a lot better. Had some real good kick pressure too. And ultimately, Newcastle found it difficult to get out of their own half. And that was a credit to the way we were defending second half. So we fixed those two things up. And then obviously with the ball, we were a lot more direct, We got to our end of sets. We were able to turn the ball over in the right areas of the field. And we actually then were able to put Newcastle under pressure. And as a result, we found ourselves getting over the try line there on a few occasions, and ultimately won that second half 12 points to 0. So really pleased with that. And that's a credit to the team and the resilience as well, and the character of this team, because we're behind there for a large portion of that game, and to stay in the fight the way we did and find a way to come through and get that result is a credit to that group of players. But ultimately, we are not going to get away with that every week, and we have to be better for longer periods of that game. I thought we started well, we finished strong, but for large parts of that, certainly that first half especially, we were nowhere near good enough and where we need to be. So, but I guess overall the pleasing thing for me, Jacob, is these last two championship fixtures. They haven't been pretty wins, but we've won both games, and that keeps us in touch and distance of that top 6. I think had we lost one of these two games or both games, then we're really under pressure to have a massive second half of the season. So, so it's a credit to the team that we found a way, and we're still in touch and distance of that top 6 at the moment.
How pleased were you with that second half performance? Because you did seem like a completely different side, really, from the one that we'd seen in the first half. I mean, It didn't seem like Newcastle got into your 20 at all, really, in that second 40 minutes.
No, they didn't. And like I said, I thought that second half was a lot more of a professional, disciplined York Knights performance. It wasn't anything ultimately flash in what we did, but again, we probably had to just rein it in a little bit from what we were doing, and we didn't quite have the personnel. But I have to give the players that were in certain roles out of position, a massive rap, because they steered the ship for us and we got through it. And also from a collective as a team, the discipline that we showed, with the ball and without the ball, and also defensively, I just thought was a massive improvement. We really managed our tackles a lot better than we did that first half, and we didn't, allow Newcastle to get on the front foot as much. And as you rightly said there, I don't think they did. I don't think they had a good ball set in that second half, to be honest. So that's credit to our team, and that's what we want to do. We want to put teams under pressure through our defence, and I thought we did that in the second half, and that played a large part to why we won that game in the end.
And obviously in the second half you didn't have Ato Hingano. I mean, No sort of recognised out and out halfbacks in that second period as well. Yes. So to win the game in those circumstances must be pleasing too.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. That's where, again, the character of the team, the resilience of this team. guys thrown out of position very, very quickly, having to adapt and overcome, and that's a credit to the team, and that's what pleases me. That we've managed to find a way and get that job done, so to speak. Because, like I said, it was a tough game, and Newcastle turned up. They came to play. Obviously, they came with some confidence and belief. They could get a job done, and they put us under a lot of pressure. But ultimately, we put ourselves under a lot of pressure too, especially in that first half. We turned it in the second half, and that was a big part of why we ended up getting across the line and ultimately winning the game. But I thought there were some immense performances today. I thought Geordie Thompson, again, wow, another fantastic 80 minutes from him. Josh Daly did a really good job for us in the halves for that 80 minutes too. So, really pleased with those two guys today.
Yeah. And you're not having much luck in terms of injuries, particularly at half-back at the moment. Obviously losing at half-time, obviously with no Liam as well. You're doing it tough at the moment.
Oh, we are. We are doing it tough at the moment. But, again, I think it does show some of the quality within our squad that, once again, we didn't have recognised halfbacks out there in the second half, but yet they still managed to ask enough questions of the opposition, create enough opportunities for us to ultimately get across the try line. So, look, we are where we are. We've got what we've got. But I know that there's miles more improvement within this team to come. We are going to have to fix up some areas quickly, especially with some big games coming up now. Otherwise, we're not going to get away with it as we have done the last couple of weeks. So, but that's for me and the coaching team to sort that out, and hopefully we'll see improved performances in the coming weeks. But as I said at the start, pleased with the result, but not ultimately satisfied with the overall performance. But we go again next week.